My preface is I really like Herb Street and I really like Desmond Howard. I think those two guys are excellent at what they do. I think they're significant voices in college football coverage, and I appreciate both of their work. I find this commentary to be A, unfair, and B, blind. A, it's unfair because you can't say, quote, this era of player doesn't love football. To paint with that stroke, this era of player? So Joe Burrow doesn't like football? Because he is like 2 years out of college football. Trevor Lawrence doesn't like football? Jamar Chase doesn't like football? Those guys don't love the game? Those guys haven't invested their lives in the game? Those guys haven't invested everything they have into becoming a better player, which is why they're playing on Sundays? Does Matt Corral not love football? Do the Georgia defensive line not love football? Does Bryce Young not love football? Do all these wonderfully great, talented players who are out there banging bodies and helmets every single week, now with sometimes up to 15 games versus Herb Street and Desmond Howard's years of 12 or 13, do they not love football? I mean, just to say that is so dismissive and so disrespectful. This era of player doesn't love football? I could argue that when you skip a bowl game, it's because you love football so much that's going to be your life, that you have chosen your career right there, that I want to make football my whole life. That's why I'm missing this game. Number two, I mean, Desmond Howard says it used to be about going to bowl games, get a ring, getting swag. Like somehow that was a different era. Hey, man, we wanted to go there because we could get swag. And now they don't even care about the swag. Like that's a defense for a better generation of football player? But more than anything, look, this is clearly old guys on the porch. Back in my day, we cared. Back in my day, it was tougher. Back in my day, everything changed. And I can't stress this enough, and Herb Street and Desmond Howard should know this because they sit on a set and watch it every single week unfold. Everything changed since their generation. Back then, there was no playoff. Back then, there wasn't even a BCS. Back then, you had to play in the bowl game because there was no meaningful game. Everything was the same. If Desmond Howard or Kirk Herbstreit grew up in an era where there were playoffs and national championships or a meaningless bowl game, they might have done the same thing. They might have done the same thing. Did anybody notice on that set, Herbie and Desmond Howard, that everything changed? The television network they are employed by created a playoff. The network did this. The network bought all of the games, created a selection show, created Tuesday night rankings. They created this. That's their employer. And that's when everything changed. Oh, and you know when else it changed? When the entire sport decided, we'll rip up rivalries and traditions just so we can make more money. And so conference realignment, blow it all up. This team goes there. Yeah, Nebraska, you're going to play Rutgers now in a conference game, okay? Oh, suddenly Texas and Oklahoma are SEC teams. Whoops. How did that happen? Oh, and ESPN desperately wants the SEC. Would pay anything. Would throw their grandmother in front of a train to get the SEC contract. So ADs, chancellors, and television executives said money is all that matters. Coaches are taking $95 million deals and drop of a hat, leaving where their institutions. Lincoln Riley, outie. Why? Many would say it's because he can't win a national championship at Oklahoma. Brian Kelly, outie. Many would say it's because he can't get through the playoff at Notre Dame. So let's just do a quick piece of calculus here, okay? Jot this down for me if you're a waitress at a diner. ADs, it's about money. Presidents, it's about money. NCAA, it's about money. Coaches, it's about money. Television executives, it's about money. Television talent, it's about money. Players, hey, you got to play for the love of the game. Hey, if you start thinking about money, you're not my type of player. Every party in college football prioritizes future earnings and profits. Every party. And the moment the players do, it's, man, you don't love football. You don't love football like we love football. Every player that opted out of a bowl game is concerned about future earnings, which is exactly what everybody in college football is doing. Everybody, every minute of the day. Every minute of the day. TCU West Virginia is a conference game because money. UCF is now going to play in the Big 12 against Texas Tech as a league game. Money. We're going to expand the playoff to 6 or 8 or maybe 12 teams because of money. And then the players go, well, I'm not playing in this game because of money. And they go, whoa, 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 whoa. You ain't my kind of player. It's disingenuous, it's blind, and it's hypocritical.